Where to start? Well, I suppose at the very beginning with a brass kit. With enough of the loco body built, it was possible to see how the chassis was going to fit. For this P2, the best chassis for the job was going to be the A4 Hornby chassis. This was because it had a section of solid cast metal where the circle is in the picture above. The front end of this chassis, just past the cast block, was cut off, then clamped in a machine vise and a step machined into this solid block. This would provide the mounting point for the cylinders. This was because the wheels on the P2, the front drivers are much closer to the cylinder block than on the A3. Then the cylinder blocks had to be machined back to allow the front wheels to run closer to the end back covers of the cylinders. Now you can see the main cylinder block and the chassis and the waste piece of metal between them, which will be discarded. Next was to make some changes to the valve unit. A new valve shaft was made. This is because it needs to be slightly shorter than the A3 size. The new valve shaft with its rotating valve ready to be fitted in the valve assembly. With the front drivers in position, it's possible to see the whole assembly completed. One of the features of this engine was its rotary poppet valve gear system, a system that I quite liked and wanted to include in the model, but make it work so that it span round as the engine went along. Here is a drawing I made of the proposed design. Then came the new components which would be fitted together to make the valve assembly. Now with the valve drive assembly in place, the rest of the fitting of the valve gear could be designed. So let's see it working. For those not familiar with the Hornby live steam engines, the regulator and also the direction of the loco is controlled by a gearbox and an electric motor, and you can see the valve drive shafts turning. You might notice also in this video the oil pump drive mechanism, which I thought would be a good idea to add. Oh yes, and it also controls the whistle. You can hear the safety valves lifting, so open the regulator and see what happens. Now with the cylinder covers on and the body fitted, it looks like he needs a bit of a help to get going. Once the water's out the cylinders, they start and stop a lot better than this. You might be able to hear the speed of the engine picking up now as the boiler pressure is getting up to its maximum working limit. Looks like he's got a good fire going there, but how he's getting coal out of that tender the way it's shaking, I don't know. Must be doing about 260 mile an hour. Must be time to test it out on the old track.